Here we go. Chat, we got game number 2. I shouldn't say game number 2. I should say match number 2. Forky versus AMS. AMS going to fly to no man's land at the start of this series. This will be a great one, chat. AMS, one of the better Middle East 1v1ers. I think he's one of the higher rated ones if you just go based off the leaderboard right now. Forky, also a highly rated ones player. You guys should know Forky. He's played on stream a few times. He was also a player in the Feer 5. We did the Feer 5 recently, where the 5 best players, or the 5 most tenured players on our stream, defended a $500 prize pool to see if anybody could beat all 5 of them. Forky played in that. He was not able to beat all 5. He lost to Chronic, but he looked really good, and he's been high on the 1v1 leaderboard since then. And so he is going to try and hold it down for North America here in the second matchup. So far, Middle East up 1-0 with Ahmad's win over Evo, the reverse sweep. AMS going to try and keep it going. I'm loving these titles, man. I've never seen these titles before. These Middle East titles, the kickoff. We only have majority NA players on stream because I live in the US West. So my time zone really only accounts for that. But today we got an early stream. Normally, we don't stream quite so early, but this is well worth it. AMS, a nice long shot. Gonna go up 2-1 after Forky getting that immediate kickoff. Forky, known to be a very, very mechanical player. You'll see a lot of people talk about Forky and his playstyle. I think because he's such a mechanical player, a lot of people assume that he goes crazy in 1v1s, but when we saw him play last, and I think basically the few times we've seen him play on stream, he's actually a really smart, almost safe 1v1 player. Definitely when he was playing in the Feer 5 against Gino and Sharp and then Chronic, he wasn't going crazy. He wasn't, you know, ripping up for air dribbles, going mad with mechanical power. He was just playing really, really smart 1v1. And I think people sometimes just assume because he's so capable of so much mechanically that he's going to be some crazy high flyer in ones. He's just a good ones player. AMS has switched his name, and I don't know what it is now. But game number 1, 2-2. We'll see how this style goes. I'm not really sure how AMS likes to play. I think the last time I watched an AMS game was when he played Daniel on Johnny's stream. I think Daniel and AMS played a best of 5 on EU. I believe Daniel was able to take that one. Daniel has been on quite the roll. But we'll see if Forky can do the same. Oh, it's AMS. Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barry Living. Oh, my goodness, guys. Chat, I've been saying AMS for so long. It's AMS. Thank you for highlighting your message. It's AMS, chat. Did you know that? I knew that all along. And you guys passed the test. Oh, you guys did it. Congrats, chat. I set you guys up, and boy, did you pass. Forky, a nice breezy. AMS, of course, is how you say it. And I was testing you guys. Forky getting a nice breezy for a third. I need to go lowercase it in the leaderboard too then, don't I? Oh my goodness. Shows you how much I listen with sound. AM's dribble of his own. This one's saved away. Trying to look for that. Oh no, Forky. Forky, a wide open net. And a big miss on the counter. AM's getting greedy with his air dribble. Wasn't able to grab the demo. Forky evaded it and had what was about as open as a net as you could really hope for. But missed wide on the long shot. 3-3. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. Nice 45-degree flick. Forky able to just barely save it off the post and out. That was well positioned. A great shot and a cheeky cut in field. Man, these guys can't score right now, though. There it is. The first score in a while. These guys throwing some nice but slightly off shots at each other. Forky needs to evade that post, man. He has had a couple nice plays go just a little bit wide. 2 minutes left. A big kickoff for AMS. Forky with 0 boost. Nice flick. Shake it off a little bit here for Forky as he sees one go through. A chip up with 0 boost. Both these guys operating with 0 boost off the kickoff, trying to get something going. It'll go in favor of Forky. Another nice kickoff, 12 boost. Elected not to pull the trigger on the flick. Would likely have just been a hand away of possession. Forky to the ceiling. Use the ceiling reset, flip reset, Forky. You guys remember how I said Forky doesn't do crazy stuff in the air? I lied. I lied. Forky, the ceiling reset. Using it to flip into the ball, get a flip reset, and perfectly placed under the crossbar, near post. AMS can't get to it. And it's a 5-4 lead for Forky. AMS hanging up on the wall. Wow. A nice chip and a missed long shot from AMS. These guys trading missed long shots. Forky was in a good position. AMS was able to just tap him on the wall. And that, oh no, Forky. You do need to score it. All right. Whew. Thought maybe we're going to be in trouble once again. Forky trying to score his open net with style. A nice ground musty, but did not connect with it. Luckily, it was still rolling in either way. Forky got possession on the kickoff, tried to accelerate the ball past AMS all the way to the far wall and take, oh my goodness, what a shot! AMS, that shot and save. It doesn't get better than that. Forky, absolutely props for saving that shot. When a shot is placed that well, I basically never see it get saved. But Forky, thinking ahead, has lots of faith in his opponent to put it in the perfect spot just inside the corner. Forky gets up to save it away. Now using a flip reset just to keep the ball away from AMS. He's able to reset on boost here, but low speed, and it's going to be really hard to stick with the ball when you get ahead of it like this. Forky with 0 boost. Wasn't going to be able to turn it around back at AMS fast enough, and also did not want to completely retreat. Tried to win the completely stagnant 50, and that's just hard. AMS coming with momentum, had no trouble taking it away. (6-5). Forky up 1 with 13 seconds left to go. Taking this from the corner, his flip reset. He was wise not to use it, but he just passed the ball out to midfield. Forky, not a very wise touch, completely unforced at midfield. He did not need to slam this ball. I mean, he could have taken it into his corner. He could have done lots of things with it, but instead he jumps to air roll it and tap it at the wall where it's going to bounce back off and be easy pickings for a guy like AMS, who just slams it in for an easy power shot. 6-6 overtime. Wait a second. $250 prize pool from Cthulhu. Sorry, I have alerts pretty low. Cthulhu, excited for the Forky versus AMS game, is going to add $250. $350 prize pool for this Forky versus... Oh, sorry, AMS. I said it again. I reverted back to my trolling, you know, when I got excited. But, of course, it's AMS, and AMS is going to win! In the meantime, we're looking at the donation. Forky dives deep into the corner. AMS able to pop it over and get a 7th and go up 1-0 in this best of 5 for $350. AMS versus Forky. Somebody asked about the ping. 92 to 96. Beautiful. So fair. I love these Middle East versus NA games. These NA East, at least. They're just so perfectly matched in ping. And 90 ping is playable. It's not like it's egregiously bad. AM's going to go up 1-0. A good kickoff play. Gets up to the ball before Forky. Forky can't find the angle, but a good boost steal. He's got AMS in a tough position now. But AMS, great recovery. Keeping that supersonic speed with no boost, and he's earned himself an open net. Great defense from AMS. Forky once again setting his opponent up with a high lob of a ball at midfield. Forky needs to stop doing that, whether he needs to glue it to the wall or not take those touches to midfield in the first place. There's no reason to lob one up for Ams. Ams going to be able to find a way to score on his own. Don't worry. Forky, nice win of a 50 and gives it just enough acceleration. Ams in the G2 decal. Trying to let the NA fans just imagine it's somebody from G2. Forky with lots of space. This flick gonna force a tough save. So it'll be all about the continuation as Forky continues to lob them off the backboard. AMS will not be able to maintain boost forever if Forky can keep this going, but AMS will get, or sorry, AMS will get out. I'm so sorry, chat. I don't know, I've been saying AMS in my head for so long. It's AMS, a demo, and he will wait until the last moment to get his third. Forky, a direct kickoff goal. Not bad way to get back into this one. Oh, it's because his team's logo is exactly the same color scheme. I think I was seeing his logo in Wikipedia. Ams technically the kickoff win, but it's going to result in Forky with 100 boost in the corner. Looking for a full dribble. It's going to cost him everything he has. Nice shot from Forky in a third. Ams has the boost to make a play, but that strong touch from Forky, that's what it comes down to. He had a couple touches in the air, one of them just so strong. You could tell when watching from Ams' perspective, it accelerated it more than he was expecting. And then that plus the flip reset to give it just that little bit of extra height. Nice wave dash kickoff from Forky, but couldn't get the angle. Didn't land cleanly enough. Ended up falling too far past the ball and couldn't find it. Forky has one of the better wave dash kickoffs that I've seen. I think Ricky has a really good one. Ahmad had a really good one. When he was hitting it, it was super good. And then Forky, back when he was playing not too long ago, he was ripping some really clean, fast, nice air dribble bump from Ams. Some fast wave dash kickoffs. You could see he tried in that last kickoff. It didn't work for him. We'll see if he continues to go for it. That's a great dribble. Playing through the pain, gets bumped, but does not slow it down enough. I forgot to watch from Forky's perspective. I think that was also another wave dash attempt. Ams, his shot off the back wall, not cleared effectively, but Forky, the panic recovery works out as he misses on the first touch. He gets back for the continuation. This is a boomer of a shot with every last bit of boost that Forky had. Pulling the trigger on it means he's going to have a really hard time coming back. Ams in the air, flip reset of his own, and he taps it just inside the post, the far post. Ams, what a recovery here. Forky using everything he had, trying to pick up pads straight down the center on the way back, but nice little redirection in the final moment to hit it off the post and in. Forky was in position if he had kept it straight, but he adjusted it just perfectly to the side. Forky, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. This is the wave dash kickoff that Forky's trying to get here. He's trying to squeeze some immediate goals. I think we're going to get to watch the whole thing again. Look at how quick he comes out of that, especially when the opposition is not going for the wave dash kickoff. That one worked out perfectly. Wave dash just right into the ball. Carry it in for his fourth. Down one in the game and down one in the series is Forky with 2 minutes left to go. Chip off the side wall, late 50, once again in favor of Ams, and he has just, wait! He has just missed. He has been playing great defense though. Great defense and counterattack on Forky's plays. Forky's dribble, ripping it immediately from the corner is going to be fairly easy to read. He was prioritizing speed over positioning of that dribble. Forky too quick to the ball. Am should have an open net. He's going to rip it high. Can he double it? He can't. Forky taps it away. Forky should have a great offensive possession. He's going to take that bounce straight into the air. Ams is up early. You could hear the jump, but he's back down to the ground. Forky tried to get a high tap as soon as he heard Ams up in the air. But Ams adjusted back to the ground in time. A minute 13. Forky has found himself so many different times on Am's back wall with 0 boost after a failed shot attempt. He's had a hard time keeping his net clean in those situations. Ams with full field of space. No reason to take the ball to Forky, but Forky catches him off guard. Able to take it away. A boost grab at midfield. What is Ams working with? He's working with 14. Forky needs to save this, but it's placed well enough to buy himself some time to reset. So Ams still not in trouble. A great 50 at midfield. Should be a 6th, and it will be. 2-goal lead for Ams, who is executing with this 1-goal lead late into the game perfectly. Seemed like he was in trouble with that low boost, but placed the shot well enough. Wasn't going to score, but he knew he was going to force a tough save out of Forky and gave himself enough time to reset. And then he had the boost to make the play at midfield. Ams, another goal. Forky trying to get cheeky and steal that back corner boost. Not a bad idea to mix it up and, you know, try and gamble a little bit, see if it works out. It's not going to work out this time. 22 seconds. Ams going up 2-0. Most likely. I haven't seen a 3-pointer in a long time, but you never know. This could be the first. Eight 4. Ams outplay at midfield. Forky, one last dribble for the road. Well, not fully for the road. He still has a reverse sweep opportunity. We just saw Ahmad do it. Can Forky do it himself? We'll have to see as Ams goes up 2-0. Having a hard time connecting to the server, but he's got good ping once he gets here. Game number 3. Forky versus Ams. Ams up 2-0. Ams long shot from the corner, gonna be tapped away. Getting carried by Forky. Forky in the NRG Octane, or the Envy Octane. Sorry, I don't think this is what he was using before. Channeling his inner envy to be able to pull off this final game. Early flip reset. I think he actually used it right away, or take it back. Used it as a wave dash, but he hit the ground with too much speed, not able to create anything out of it. Forky, a dribble opportunity. He's not going to be able to pass up. Looking for a bump, it seemed, but did not have the best of first couple touches. The ball headed to just outside the near post instead of in, so not a lot of things to do to pull that one back online. Both these guys searching for the first goal in game number 3. Ams 34 boosted net. Forky looking to double. Will get tapped away. Forky will get the back corner boost. But Ams has been handling these low boost situations really, really well in his half. So well, it almost feels like they've been better for him. He's been able to turn them into counterattacks, it seems like, so frequently. You almost should worry for Forky when he has the boost advantage. And Ams is stuck in his net with nothing. Two minutes in, no strikes just yet. Long shot from Forky, not going to cut it. Will get saved away. His counterattack boomer cut by Forky before it could come out. Forky up to this ball super quick. Trying not to let Ams get to it. Ams passing it to Forky, and Forky missing high. That was the first great opportunity of this game for sure. Ams made a mistake, accidentally lobbed a free shot out for Forky. Forky couldn't execute on it as he shot it just barely too high. I tell you what, Ams has not been doing Forky those favors. When Forky has been passing it to Ams, Ams has executed and taken his open nets. Forky needs to punish Ams for his mistakes if he wants to come back in the series. A nice flick, but will get saved away. Ams using all his boost to try and catch back up to Forky and demo him, but he's got a nice flick from just inside the corner. Great angle here from Ams. A hard one to find. Forky trying to play defense off the wall, can't get there. And 3 minutes in will be the first goal in game number 3. Forky wall to air, taking this one to the ceiling. Should have the time and boost to bring it back. Nice shot from Forky. The instant attack back. A great dribble. The first touch is not great though. He has to carry it all the way back to on net, and then in the last moment slows it down just a little bit more to drop it inside the near post. What a shot. Forky tying it up. Will the offense start flowing now? Took us 3 minutes to get the first. Forky, I swear he's flipping into those flip resets. I don't think I see anybody else do that. He's going to get himself an open net. So he was obviously very threatening. Chad, is that something that people do a lot? I swear every time he sets it up, instead of just flying into that flip reset, he uses his flip to get the flip reset. And I don't know. I've watched a lot of really high-level flip resetters, I would say, and not a lot of them use that flip right away. But Forky seems to do it almost most of the time. Nice bump from Forky. Here we go. Forky maybe coming to show up here in game number 3. Took him a little bit, but he's got a nice lead, a 2-goal lead. An air dribble bump, and he will slam right into the nose of Ams. Forky, will he go full field dribble? To be fair, these are the kind of dribbles we actually saw him not doing when he was playing against some of the guys in the Feer Five. He was taking lots of ground plays, but he seemed more comfortable in the air today. Nice save. Cheeky save to get underneath the ball. He could have saved it back into the corner, but he didn't want to. You could tell he wanted to save it back out to midfield. So he intentionally waited till he was underneath the ball to just chip it up high and away instead of back into the corner. Ultimately, it didn't work out for him. He was probably thinking about getting a continuation play and clearing it away. Ultimately, Am's able to stick with it. Prez, chat, that's my IRL friend. My IRL friend who maybe has no idea what's going on wants me to go play some twos with him. Ams, a nice 50 and an open net. Forky getting a little bit greedy. I wish I had watched that from Forky's perspective. I'm not sure what he thought he was going to do. He must have thought he was going to get to that ball faster than Ams. He thought maybe he could outplay him, get there speedier, and then Ams would go flying. But Ams definitely had the lead in the race, which is super easy for us to say in retrospect, but might have been harder for Forky to tell in the moment. Nice kickoff goal, 4-3 in favor of Forky. He has shown up at the right time here if he's able to take this game number 3. Ams, another pass to Forky and a miss wide. That one a little bit more forgivable than some of the other passes that Forky hasn't been able to execute on, but he's playing so aggressive still. Up 1, and he's just diving into the corner on Ams. He needs this ball to slow down. Right now, he's almost trying to speed the ball up, it seems, when it's in the corner and it's going slow, and it seemed like... There you go, you guys can see. Oh wait, no, I don't think you can see my Steam overlay. My friend just apologized, but 4-4. It's not over for Forky just yet, but it's looking like overtime. Unless he can't stop Ams here. Overtime, 4-4. Forky needs this to stay alive. Ams looking for the full sweep. if he can get the next goal in this game. But Forky, a nice flick above, and it's in the net. Won't even need a second touch, but he could have taken it because Ams went big time flying past this one. A great dribble flick. Ams wanted to challenge early, didn't work. Forky not going down easy. We'll get at least one game in this best of 5 as we head to game 4, 2-1. Here we go. Game number 4. Ams versus Forky here on Manfield Night. Manfield Night is going to supercharge Forky. He did not like Utopia Coliseum Dusk. Personally, I really like Utopia Coliseum Dusk. Forky able to get game number 3. Ams up 2-0 in the series. Will we see another reverse sweep? Ahmad able to reverse sweep Evo. And Forky going to go up early in this game number 4. A nice just touch setup, forcing an awkward situation. All you need to do with that defender on the back wall, you don't need to put anything crazy on the net like Forky did. Just put a nice low bounce that should be hard to save. As long as it's hard enough to save, you don't have to worry about counterattacks too bad. And it's easy to make mistakes coming off the wall. You know, you want to put your defender in as many situations where they can make mistakes as possible. And even though that wasn't that nasty of a shot, Forky just puts Ams in an awkward enough spot he's not going to be able to execute every time. The problem was, earlier in the series, Forky was not punishing. Ams was actually making lots of mistakes. Chat, we just gave, like, MJ special stuff or whatever to Forky, and that is playing on Manfield Night. Up 3-0. A couple kickoff goals for Forky. All of a sudden, he's in his element. Stealing the back corner boost from Ams. This time it works out. Ams trying to take possession into his corner, not punishing him for it. Forky. A whole new Forky. To be fair, Ams did try and ice him. I mean, I don't know what Ams had to do. People need to take a pee or whatever. He needed a couple minutes in between after Forky's win. Sometimes that'll ice somebody, slow them down, but it just supercharged Forky apparently. He is ready to go. Wow. I mean, this first minute of this game, we did not watch this. This is not what we were watching for the past 20, 30 minutes. All of a sudden, Forky is like out here playing free play. He's just chilling, ripping 180 flicks to the top of the net, continuing them into the corner, just ripping kickoff goals. Forky's out here all by himself. Ams needs to shake it off here real quick before it gets out of hand, because he's got a lot of time. But man, I mean, Forky's on pace to break a lot of records in terms of scoring if he just keeps scoring uncontested. But I tell you what, just like Evo, we saw this before. Somebody scores a little bit too much and they go for the heat check. In fact, I just made a basketball reference. Might as well make another. We see heat checks all the time. Forky feeling so good, thought, I wonder if I could rip a humongous double touch from ceiling height, which is just a guaranteed counterattack if you don't score. And it turns out, no, he can't. Wall to air dribble, though. This flip reset, he's pulling off of it. Wow, what a shot! Oh, my goodness. Forky. You saw him pull off that ball in case AMS came to challenge. He saw AMS going high. He pulled off of it, presumably to win a 50, or maybe to set up the monster wave dash as he hit the ground. So much heat on that one. AMS trying to stay glued to the wall, or sorry, Ams staying glued to the wall as long as he could before he drops down to make the save. Still was not able to stay high enough. Forky, this time it's saved away. Ams has kept the shot out of the net. And the way he's liked to play so far is counterattacking Forky, and maybe that is just the way it's going to be. Forky, such a back and forth, or such a huge swing momentum type player. When he's hitting his shots, I mean, he looks insane. But we saw earlier in the series, he frequently puts himself in situations where he can't get back on defense, or at least not against Ams, who's playing so well. Almost a kickoff goal for Ams. as it just rolls off the post and out. These two guys dancing around each other at midfield. Both looking for possession, both operating on no boost. Forky is musty, barely moves the ball at all, but he's got an open possession, the ground pinch saved away. So hard to score those ground pinches that don't get a little bit of height on him. Forky! A boomer of a shot from the wall as he gets his 8th goal. Ams did not have faith that Forky was going to get there. Did not think he needed to get up to make the save. Or sorry, to go back to his net. There was literally zero chance he was going to get as high as Forky. But you could tell he was just creeping out to midfield. Forky carrying this into a dribble. He cut all his forward momentum out, so he's going to have to use a lot of boost to bring it back, and not enough as he falls far short from the net. Not able to get anything out of it. But a nice 1-2, and it's too high. Got a little bit of crossbar down. Very fortunate that didn't go booming off the backboard. A super risky backwards challenge. He might be able to get away with it because Ams does not have any boost. And that is the smart time to get greedy. And we see a lot of great players who are good at managing that other player's boost. Know when they can go for what would normally be a big mistake type challenge with that backflip, because they can make it back in time with their big boost advantage. Ams, his air dribble taken to the ground. Forky pre-jump maybe convinced him not to continue it. But Forky did not set up a good dribble off the wall, and that was the kind of stuff that Ams was scoring on every time. Earlier in the series, Forky was giving, just as many setups as he did just there. He just completely failed to dribble, dropped it low, and left an open net for Ams. But this time, Ams doesn't execute. A minute left to go. Forky just riding that momentum from that single minute to start the game. I think he was up 7-0 at the start of the first minute. Since then, he's scored once, and Ams has scored twice. So technically, the momentum in Ams' favor, but that was just the hottest first minute you could ever hope for. Ams, a nice flick as he gets a third. Gonna need to see some heroics from Ams to pull this one back. He's trying to go for wave dash kickoffs of his own. Not able to take it. Forky, is it clip time? 1 flip reset, 2 flip resets, and a save, and a 4th goal. "23 seconds. Ams needs about a goal every 5. Not impossible, but he definitely needs direct kickoffs. I don't think he can really afford to do anything but try and rush the ball straight at the net at every moment. And at this point, it's too little too late. So Forky forcing another... Wait. No, 3 and 7. Chat, do we pretend like that's not possible, or do we entertain the idea? I'm not sure. Let's pretend like it's possible. Let's pretend like it's possible so we don't look stupid. Oh, turns out it's not possible. That's what I said all along. Like I said, impossible. Forky will get game number 4. And we're going to go to yet another game number 5. Game number 5. Ams versus Forky. Forky trying to keep up the trend of today. It's hard to say it's a trend. There's only been one match so far before this one. But the last match was a reverse sweep, and Forky wants it to be another one. A good kickoff win. A nice catch. Ams trying to play defense on the wall. Can't get there in time. Forky just too quick. Forky, another kickoff win. Can he find the angle? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ams, you got to cool this man off. We just saw him play an insane first minute in game number 4. He's found an insane angle again. I wonder if he could afford to see some fake kickoffs here from Ams. He needs to just slow Forky down. Forky is in the zone. Am's not going to fake kickoffs. Instead, he's just going to win them. He does win this one in the Forky's half, but Forky gets the boost and possession, so maybe not. Forky in a good spot. Am's a high backflip. He's going to need pads to secure it for him, and he does. A nice path straight to the ball. You can see he had a couple different pads picked up. Look at those boost pads just lined up perfectly. He basically needed all 3 of them, and they were an exact path to where the ball was. What a smart backflip challenge, setting the ball up right on the pads. Forky, man, trying to really force that shot. There's a chance he could have gotten a much stronger touch that maybe would have made it look better, but you know, that kickoff opportunity was long since gone. What a pre-jump, though. Ams was back in time, and then he hit the softest of shots. Ams going to have no trouble saving it away. Nice play from Forky. Ams is getting himself a little bit mixed up. I'm going to give a little bit of the credit to Ams. His back wall defense hasn't looked super great. He loves the back wall, you could tell. He's going to the back wall every time. Anytime Forky has the ball, he's going to try and save it back wall. And that just hasn't really working for him. I mean, to be fair, you know, it might be even worse to try and defend those plays that look like they're about to turn into high air dribbles from the ground. You know, might be putting himself in an even tougher position. But right now, the back wall isn't working for him. Forky has been able to expose every time he goes up there. Trek, thank you for the extra 10 to this prize pool. Forky trying to carry this out of his half. Am's going to get a shot, but can't bring it back online. Forky had the save, and the game will register it as a save. I'm not sure it was, though. I think that ball likely was going to hit off the back wall. Am's a nice power shot on the volley. Forky able to make the save. Forky is just all of a sudden there. These kind of shots Forky was letting slip by him. I mean, Ams could just not miss in the past. Forky has sped up on defense a little bit. He's had a lot better execution on offense and defense as he's been able to slow Ams down when he previously couldn't. Forky tapping this one away with low boost, thinking about potentially going for a bump on Ams. He's in a tough spot, has to retreat to the corner. This is a great position for Ams. Can he execute on it? He will. Ams too good to miss in that situation. You could see it generating from midfield when Forky had that tough ball to clear with zero boost. He was going to have to retreat into the corner. Ams did a great job capitalizing, working his way back in this game. Not the best of kickoffs. You could see he missed big time getting goal side of that kickoff. And wow, Forky's doing just too good of a job converting. He is finding some quick angles. Not just tight, but quick. He has to get up and get this on net before Ams can get back. Ams throwing the wow because he thought he made the save. But it shoots up into the net still. You could hear that wave dash kickoff from Forky as he uses that speed to steal the back corner boost. Ams shot on net, not good enough to buy himself a boost steal. So he'll be forced all the way back out to midfield. Forky clearing this in front of his net. I don't know if he was trying to set up some kind of dribble play on the other side wall or what. But either way, able to stay in control of this one. The high flick does not get Ams to jump, but the continuation is still wide. Wait a second. That was a misplay. Was that not a big misplay from Ams? I'll see if I can watch it from his perspective, but I think he should have this clear. Oh, yeah, he should have that clear. We have faith in Ams to touch that. Just a big whiff as he maybe miscalculated his position on the wall. There's a chance he thought had all four wheels still on and that he thought his jump was going to be a single jump maybe. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what he did to miss there, but certainly he's capable of scoring that most of the time. And you know who's capable of scoring these air dribbles most of the time? That is Forky. As he uses his flip reset, gets back underneath the ball, and a canceled front flip to shelf it high, crossbar and down. My goodness, Forky. 1:17 left to go. Can he secure the reverse sweep for North America? Middle East did it in game number 1, or match number 1. I just love to interchange those words. No way. No way Forky can turn that into a shot. Oh my goodness, he did. He didn't do it in the air, but he did eventually score. This flip reset. Ams, just a little bit of missed execution. He realized while he was up in the air that he maybe didn't have the boost to get that second touch. Instead, came back down to the ground, was hoping that Forky had left. He was hoping he had convinced Forky to leave with his clear, but he didn't. Forky was still hovering around the net. 7-2, Ams not going right back to net. What was that? Did he miss boost? What did I see happen there? He grabs his 100 and he just turns completely the wrong way. I don't know if he's tilting a little bit or if he's trying to like maintain momentum and not get to the net too fast. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but there's a chance he wanted to approach the net with speed. So instead of getting there early, he took a trip around the world to get there. But to me, I think a better explanation is just maybe a little bit of tilt. A good kickoff win, though. He's definitely still working to get back in this one. He's got a long way. Needs a goal a little bit less than every 10 seconds, which just means a bunch of creative kickoffs. A delayed kickoff, whether intentional or not going to result in a goal either way. Forky, great recovery. Great flicks. Wow, Am's flicks have been really, really well positioned, and Forky's just been able to save the last few. But you can tell Forky's feeling himself a little bit. I think he thinks he has this. He does not rip a 180 wave dash backflip unless he thinks he's got the win. 27 seconds. Forky, great wave dash kickoff. That's the one I'm talking about. When he's executing it, it is great. Did he get this reset? He did. He rolled off the ceiling. He's really just handing goals. It's kind of interesting. He should be fine. 15 seconds, 3 goals, 1 every 5 seconds. That's that quick math that you know to expect on our stream. But, I mean, Ams does have control. Ball to air. Needs to execute it perfectly, but it's actually kind of a slow dribble, which he can't afford to do. It needs to be a fast dribble. Took him 10 seconds to get that one. An impressive dribble nonetheless. A little bit of a fake. Forky falling for the use of the flip, but he didn't use it. Instead, he drops it in. But he needed a faster dribble. It's kind of insane that that dribble is basically not the right idea. But there it is, a kickoff, not one, and that'll do it. Forky looking like he plans on own goaling, but he does not succeed. Forky, the reverse sweep. All reverse sweeps today, as Forky brings it back in Game 5 in the last 3 games.